If you've been charged with a crime in Macomb County, depending upon what that charge is, your case will either be heard at the circuit court level or the district court level. What we're going to do is we're mostly going to talk about district court misdemeanor cases in this video. Misdemeanor cases in Macomb County can range anywhere from a retail fraud to a drunk driving to a malicious destruction of property, possession of marijuana, careless driving, reckless driving. Those are the common offenses that I see out of Macomb County. And when you're charged with a crime in Macomb County, the one thing that we're battling against is the perception of your case. Being judged on this one moment in time, your worst moment in time. The judge, the prosecutor, and the police department only know one thing about you. They see your case, they see the police report, they see witness statements, videos, and audio. And the one conclusion that they're drawing is that you're a criminal. So what we do when I represent a client is we're changing that perception from day one, being proactive immediately. What this means is, depending upon what you're charged, we're taking proactive efforts in order to change that perception. If you're charged with a drunk driving case or a possession of marijuana case, the first thing we're doing is a substance abuse evaluation to see where you are on the spectrum. Do you have an underlying problem, or is this an isolated moment in time? If this is a problem that going forward could happen again, that's okay. It's better to know about it now than later. What we're doing is we're assessing and evaluating your current state, getting you in treatment and education to show the judge and the prosecutor that you've already made progress, and going forward you'll continue to make progress. If this is a retail fraud case, we're trying to learn why this happened. Is this something that's going to happen in the future? If it's something that could happen in the future, that's okay too. We're going to get you the treatment and the education. Most importantly, by doing this, we're showing the prosecutor and the judge that we're actually doing something to prevent this in the future. If we can convince the prosecutor and the judge that this will not happen again, this is isolated, even if it's not isolated, but we're taking the necessary steps in order to make sure it doesn't happen again, it's very likely that your case could be reduced and or dismissed. Depending upon what the charge is, you may be concerned about losing your driver's license, going to jail, losing the ability to receive student loans. You may lose your job because of the particular charges. If you're a healthcare professional, if you're an attorney, if you're an airline pilot, you're concerned about the consequences this can have on a professional license. Even someone who's a mom, a dad, someone who has responsibilities with their children, they're worried, how will this affect my ability to go on a school trip? Or how will this affect my ability to put my name on something, or a background check is going to be run on my record? So if you're charged with a crime in Macomb County, there's a lot of concerns here. I encourage you to contact me, and let's talk about those responsibilities that you have, those concerns that you have, those concerns about going forward in the future, how this case will impact your life. When you contact me, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss the charge and the consequences. We're going to discuss the pros and cons of different approaches. Is your case the type of case that should go to trial? Does your case have constitutional issues that may lead to a dismissal of charges? Is your case the type of case that's best to learn from it, go forward in a positive direction, and make the goal not going to jail, make the goal having your case reduced or dismissed? Depending upon what you're charged with, it's very possible to leave this case with no long-term consequences. I look forward to hearing about your case. I'm very selective in the clients that I take on, but I'm looking for clients who are truly motivated to change the perception of their case and help themselves. My clients work hard. I'm willing to give them the tools to succeed, but ultimately it comes down to my client's motivation and their willingness to better their life going forward.